So how you think you're gonna be smelling? You can't even wash it off, sister. And that means the blood you're going to find, you can wash it off. You can't do none of that. When you walk into the bathroom, you think there was a sign in the board that says men and women's room. You think you put up your hand and say, Master, Master. First of all, you're speaking one language, he's speaking another language. You say, Master, Master, 161, I want to break. I want to go to the restroom. That ain't happening. Right? When you drink heavily, what's happened? The eyes get what? You get red eye. This is prophecy.
Genesis chapter 49 and verse 12.
Yes, sir.
His eyes shall be red with wine.
So Christ drank a lot of wine. But there was no time in the Bible where Christ get drunk and stumbling down.
Right.
The scripture said that our forefather Christ drank wine, which means you can drink wine. You can drink wine in moderation, but once you know you're feeling a little tipsy, there, that's enough for me. So Christ love drinking wine.
Right.
So you see, wine is good. But once you're drinking it excessively, it ain't good no more. Because when you get drunk, it's do folly. Back to the scripture, this is why your eyes was red.
Revelation chapter 1 and verse 15. And his feet like unto fine brass.
So now, the Bible describing what Christ's feet and complexion looks like. They say his feet look like what?
Fine brass.
What color is brass, sister? My big brother, what's your name? Hayden? Nathan? What? What is a powerful name, bro? Your name, sister?
You hear about my brother?
Jazara?
He did that.
Alright, Jazara and Nathan. Christ's feet like fine brass. What color is brass?
They gone. Okay.
A bronzy kind of brownish color, right? Listen to this here.
And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burnt in a furnace.
As if they what?
As if they burnt in a furnace.
So if you take anything and burn it up, what complexion it becomes now? What color it becomes? If you roasted some breadfruit and we burn it up, what color it can turn? So what the Bible really saying? Christ was what?
That's right. That's right.
Read it on for me, man, to prove it.
And his voice as the sound of many waters.
Many waters means a very heavy voice. A black man's voice. A loud voice. You can imagine he's speaking loud. Soft spoken. That's why in church I tell you, quiet speech is a mark of refinement. Don't speak loud. Because what it was doing, it feminizing you. So you can't say the difference between man and woman. As the man's voice go up loud, oh man, you speak, you need to have a soft voice. The Bible says if you're going to be like Christ, Christ got a loud voice. So I like, man, we give you a script. Let me show you why we speak loud. Why our forefathers speak loud? Because God built us like that. Listen here.
Isaiah chapter 58 and verse 1. Cry aloud.
The Bible says we ought to cry aloud. So anybody hear us teaching, can always say these men are always speaking loud. They sound like they're hollering, but the Bible says we ought to cry aloud. We are in tears, we're crying, you know why? Because we are distressed with the state of our people. We are distressed to see sins, our people living in sin, and who is going to tell us, stop sinning?
Right.
Who's going to tell our women, women, you need to act like a woman? Who's going to tell our men to be man and leave a woman's attire and behavior alone? That's the reason why we are crying. Because we are sad. We are sad for the state of our nation. If we are right and we see our brothers and sisters not right, it is our duty to come and tell you, tell our sister, you can't dress like that, you gotta wear a dress. Brother, you gotta keep the commandment, you gotta be strong. You understand me? That's the reason why we are like this. Read on.
Cry aloud. Spare not.
So we ain't gonna spare nobody feelings.
That's right.
That's the reason why we speak so boldly, sister. I know you wonder why you gonna talk like that. Read.
Lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
Louder. Read.
And show my people their transgression.
So the Bible says our job is to show your transgression. Do you know what transgressions mean?
Bring it up.
What is transgression? Starting with you. Huh? Someone that's dominant? Alright, we're going to show you. Let me get the word. Give me 1 John 3:4. You can hear the word transgression now, right? So we're going to deal with transgression now because what? It is good to know many deep stuff. It's good to know who Selassie is, where he come from, he's Ethiopian, and all these stuff. But if you don't know who you are, you don't know where you're going, you don't know what you're doing, and it's wrong. And according to the Bible, you are Israel. That's what both you are. Israel is who was brought through the transatlantic slave trade. Alright? Let's see.
1 John chapter 3 and verse 4. Whosoever committeth sin
The Bible says, whosoever commits a sin.
transgresseth also the law.
The Bible says, you do what? Hear the word again? Transgress. Transgress is like the traffic light says stop with red. And you keep driving, you just transgress the traffic laws. You get it? You get the idea? So when God said, whosoever committed sin, transgress the laws, read.
For sin is the transgression of the law.
So whatever God said to do and not do is called a law. And when you do contrary, it's called sin.
That's right.
And there are consequences. That is the reason why, let me show you consequences of us when we were living in our lands, what happened. Give me Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. So sister, listen up carefully. Remember I said we came from Jerusalem, right? Northeast of Africa, not Ethiopia. Listen what happened when we transgress God's law.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So many people say, how do I hear God's voice? No man never, anybody ever hear God's voice yet? We can show you something. We can show you what God's voice is. Psalm 103 verse 20. So when you got Bible too? You got Bible in your house? You got Bible, sister? Good. Let me show you can hear God's voice. Listen keenly.
Psalm chapter 103 and verse 20. Bless the Lord, ye his angels,
Read on.
that excelling strength,
Read.
that do his commandments, hearkening unto the voice of his word.
So when the Bible says, thou shalt not kill, and you follow it, you are just hearkening to God's voice.
That's
Every word in this book is God's voice.
right.
The only thing is that you hear somebody quoting it. A prophet quotes it. We are quoting God's voice. That is what it is. The words is God's voice.
That's
So you don't
right.
got to go no place to hear God's voice. You're going to pick up the book and read it. Right now you're in the midst of us. You are hearing God's voice. Alright? So go back now to 15.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy
So
God,
God said if you don't want to follow the instructions in this book,
to observe to do all his commandments.
God said I don't want you to pick which one you're going to feel you're going to follow. You're going to try to follow all. You hear that there, mommy? God is saying we're going to try to follow all his instructions. Right? We are the sons of Israel. We are the children of Israel. Those that came through the transatlantic slave trade, whom the so-called ignorantly Bajans are the children of Israel. We are the people that this Bible talk about. We are the people that this book is written to. Christ himself was an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. So Christ has given us some instructions.
All you can do is just sit down and watch all the time. Press the button and subscribe.
So Christ has given us some instructions now, saying to us that if we don't follow the commandments, how and why we're going to get in the conditions we are in. Read on.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day.
So God gave us instructions. God gave the children of Israel instructions. He said you ought to follow the instructions, and guess what? We did not follow it, and we're going to show you how we got here. Read.
That all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So anyone, is a curse a good thing or a bad thing? So God said because of disobedience, the children of Israel is going to be affected by negative things. Now imagine God is a father, right? And the fathers know best. So the father say, don't run over the street to make sure you look where you're going, and then when the street is clear, you move. And you just run over, and you didn't look. Worst thing that happened. You get knocked down. That's a curse. So let's just say, read.
Jeremiah chapter 6 and verse 19. Hear, O earth, behold.
So God says, I want the whole earth to know that I give instructions to my sons and daughters. Read.
Behold, I will bring evil upon this people.
So you want to ask yourself, slavery. Why did we get into slavery, mommy? God says, I will bring evil upon this people. So if you think the white man is thinking about it on his own, God says, I put it in his mind to go and get you. I put it in his mind to bring evil upon you because you're disobeying me. Read.
Even the fruit of their thoughts.
Even your thoughts. You understand what I mean by fruit of your thoughts? What do you think, sister? Between me and you. And when I first look at you, I thought you was a boy. Why do you think that happened? Because you love dressing like this, right? You're comfortable. Because God said what? The fruit of the what?
Even the fruit of their thoughts.
God said even your thoughts will become corrupted. Because a male is supposed to dress like a male, a woman dressed like a woman. Let me show you something. If somebody gave a hard slap, what's your first thought? How are you going to react? Slap back. You go get it back. You go get it back. You understand me? Because the fruit of our thought is evil. You understand me? If somebody look at you a little too hard, why are you looking at me so for? You understand me? You won't cuss them out. Because the fruit of our thought becomes evil. We don't longer think how we should be thinking. If me use brothers and sisters and I give you a hard push, you should be like, yo man, that's my brother. You understand me? If you don't like the push, you say, but bro, I like how you push me hard just like that. We don't reason no more. We don't talk to each other. We think about get back all the time. Read on.
Because they have not hearkened unto my words.
So if we know the commandments, and the commandments say we're going to love our brothers, we're going to act differently. You understand me? We're going to function differently, we're going to live differently, we're going to eat and operate differently. So go right back now. Continue.
Lord, to my law, but rejected it.
So God said we reject His instruction. God's laws is called His instructions.
Right.
You all understand that clearly, right? So whenever the Bible says thou shalt not, it's called a law. God said do this, it's called a law. So judiciary courts, when it give out instructions, when you violate it, what happens? When the court say you can't do this and you violate it, what happens? You get punished. Same thing with God. So we're going to show you how do you think we got to Barbados? We want to see if this book is a true book. Remember God said, bring curses on us, right? All kind of bad things. How did we get to the shores of Barbados? How did our forefathers got to Barbados? Oh, sister, through slavery. Is that in the Bible?
That's right.
Is slavery in the Bible? We're going to show you it now. Read it.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Now, when God says He's going to bring us into Egypt again, you say, but Barbados is named Egypt. So God says Egypt represents slavery because that was never the name of the real land. We give it that name because it's what? It means bondage. So God said, if you don't obey, you can end up in what? In slavery again. Because we were in Egypt literally as slaves before. When Moses delivered us, it was us. It was us that Moses delivered. Did you know that? It was our forefathers. We are our forefathers. Read.
Right.
We keep doing the same sins that we did back then all now. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Now that ship wasn't Carnival Destiny. That wasn't no cruise ship. That was a ship in which you went in this condition. What should this say, sisters? This is how we came in the ship. They took us. Look at this here, on the flyer. They took us and they went inside the bottom of the ship where they stack goods. And they lined us up in the section where you pack goods like normal commodity and material. So these we're looking at is feet. These are feet on a shelf, stuck up on a shelf. This is how they were in the boat, and we was in chains. How long did it take for us to get to Barbados? How long do you think it took for us to get Barbados? 3 months plus.
Bring it out!
What happened to a woman every month? Did they share pads on the boat? Did the white man sharing out pads and said, don't worry, when your period come around, put up your hand and I can share pads? You bleed out onto the person at the bottom of you. So how you think you're gonna be smelling? You can't even wash it off, sister. A little piece of blood you got your body, you can wash off. You can't do none of that. When you want to go to the bathroom, you think there was a sign in the board says men and women's room. You think you put up your hand and say, Massa, Massa. First of all, you speak in one language, he's speaking another language. You say, Massa, Massa, want a water break, I want to go to the restroom. That ain't happening. You are forced to do whatever you have to do. Feces, urine, all out on each other. Babies born right in chains and shackles. So that's why when you come to the bottom of the boat, it smells. How do you think it would smell? Stink. Stink, stink, stink. Read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt
So
again.
that was punishment for disobedience called sin. So every time we can continue to sin and there won't be no consequences and the man of the land has rules and regulations, and when we disobey it, we can be punished. Why is that God ain't gonna do the same? And God meant it in love. Read.
It says, by the way whereof I spake unto thee,
God said just like how I said it's gonna happen.
thou shalt see it no more again.
The it that God saying is no more is your homeland. So where is our original homeland?
Bring it out.
Is it Africa? I see mommy got on a 100% natural Africa map.
Right.
But let me show you something, mom. You see that map you got? They got point at the end. See this point here? Let me show you where you're from. Let me show you where you're from. What you say, brother? You from here?
Bring it out.
You from the tribe of Benjamin? You from here, sister? West Indian blacks from the tribe of Benjamin. Yes. Saul, King Saul was from Benjamin. Paul that wrote all the books in the Bible was from the tribe of Benjamin. That's us. Alright? A royal people. The greatest nation to walk this planet Earth. That's the reason why the other nations continue to put sin in front of us so we can continue to sin and never live to our true potential. Read on.
Galatians chapter 4 and verse 26.
Read.
But Jerusalem, which is above, is free.
So you never know that Jerusalem above all other lands. That is why people fighting for our land all today. You never know what the God nations fighting for your homeland. Who is in Jerusalem right now fighting for Jerusalem? Let me give you some news now. The Jews, right? And who else? Who is the Jews bombing out? The Palestinians. Guess what, sister? The people that in Jerusalem is not the real Jews. They are called Jewish. The real Jews, go and look in a mirror, is yourself. Christ was a Jew. The word Jew comes from Judah. So if they come, there was no Caucasian. There was no Caucasian coming out of the tribe of Judah.
That's right.
As a matter of fact, Judah was very, very dark in complexion, like Jesus the Christ.
That's right. Right.
So you look more like Judah. My brothers and sisters look more like Judah. Judah is a dark-skinned people, woolly textured hair, a son of Jacob from the household of Israel. You understand, sister? That's why they call themselves Israeli. The word Israelite in the Bible, not Israeli nor Jewish. They took our identity and masquerading as us, living in our land, and because the Palestinians occupy part of it, God, Christ prophesied that would have happened. So, read on. Are we going to share what Christ prophesied about the land? Read.
But Jerusalem, which is above, is free.
Jerusalem is above all lands.
Which is the mother of us all.
It's the what?
The mother of us all.
It ain't no Mama Africa. It is Mama Jerusalem.
That's
People
right.
and spirits belonging to be back in our homeland.
Right.
Right now, I am homeless.
Right.
I am homeless. We are all homeless people. That's the reason why we dress and live and operate the way we do. Because we are a homeless nation.
Bring it out.
Nation is men leading by example.